Bitcoin's up 4 million% in price. It's up, well now it's up from a penny, 5.51%, because I think it tapped 55K recently, which I still think is wants to prove me wrong and wants to start doing something different, fine.
Another way?
Because when people turn their Bitcoin into hex, if the Bitcoin's worth more, then the hex is worth more. So it's actually, hex is interesting. When crypto in general goes up, whenever people get rid of their inferior crypto to get into hex, the more their crypto is worth, the better it is for the hex price. But also, because we're so independent, our price doesn't move with everybody else's price, it also acts as a safe haven when prices dip in Bitcoin. So we have buy pressure when the price is up, we have buy pressure when the price is down. It's pretty nice. Yeah, it's the best chart I've ever seen, except for the price chart, the share price chart. Share price chart's even better. So we did 10,000x on just price, but we did maybe 16,000x on share price. So if you want to see the share price chart, two easy ways to see it are go to hex.com, it's right in the front there. And one that updates in real time, it doesn't, actually I'm not sure if that one updates in real time, it might. But there's another one that I know updates in real time, apphex.win/charts. He needs to change that URL. The URL is dead. He's had other URLs that are worse. Unbelievable. So yeah, I think if we could, there's some things, the two things that I wish people would do that they don't currently do, or at least I don't do as well as they should, is I think we should focus more on share price, because it reflects the rewards that you get being a staker, but the price chart does not. As a matter of fact, the price chart is backwards. Everyone got a minimum 30% bonus on big payday. You know, the price dipped. You didn't see any of those extra coins everyone got for being staked one day, and that's misleading. And more accurate price chart more accurately reflects the ROI of the system, I believe, because it includes some of the staking rewards, is the share price chart. So instead of always showing people how we're dominating on the price chart, I wish there was a tool that I could use to show hex share price versus these other tokens. Because, I don't know, it's getting crazy. Like, I'm having to zoom out to different time frames to even be able to see them, because they're so far down at the bottom. Like, hex has dominated all the other coins so hard, it's hard for people to even understand what's happening. I mean, 1,000,000% is such a large number that I usually just say 10,000x. But if the chart continues what it's doing, soon it'll be 1,000,000,000x, and you'll be like, okay, well, it's not real, you can't sell it. You're like, well, there's a lot of Lambdas. I mean, I've seen a lot of Rolexes, a lot of Lambdas, a lot of expensive stuff. Apparently someone can sell because they're buying all this stuff. And for you guys at home, you know, I buy all this expensive crap, not so that you guys enrich these already really wealthy, faceless companies. You know, Louis Vuitton, the guy, he's dead. He's not alive anymore. Multinational conglomerate. I'm just trying to on-ramp their audience, and I have a lot of reach. So if I buy something expensive, there's a chance it could ROI and you know, make a big effect somewhere else. But for you guys that have low follower counts, if you're blowing a lot of money on like designer goods that you could have bought coins with instead, and you don't have a big audience to try and multiply that against, or you're not showing it hard enough or whatever, I don't think you're going to do well on that. So you better really, really like whatever you're buying. I mean, imagine like if in 2011, if I had bought a Rolex instead of Bitcoin, I would have done a lot worse, like hundreds of millions of dollars worse probably. And you're better off buying the coins. And better off buying coins and mining harder, but better off buying coins than anything else in the history of the world, really. There's nothing that's outperformed. Do we have more people out there?
We have another room full of 50 people, and they're not allowed. They're not allowed to come in here because this room's capacity.
Can we get another one?
That is the other room.
No, but I mean, can we just do something bigger?
No. That's the biggest room. This is the second biggest
so
room.
So there's 50 hexagons over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you guys on Twitter would respond, I thought this was a good guess. But what are we going to do?
Well, you're going to talk.
Can someone fork me? Is that possible? Richard to go over there.
You're just going to wander between two rooms.
Oh my God! So the biggest room they have is.
That is the biggest room. And this is the second biggest room.
Is that one packed as well?
Yes, yeah, that's almost at capacity.
Well, I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna make it work.
Now they come in.
They can't come in.
Fire safety. There's just
all restrictions.
Yeah, I mean, and COVID on top.
Nobody has.
I'll tell them that you'll come and say hi to them in like 5 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, probably quicker. Well, you know, I would take it to the streets, but the problem is there's a lot of noise out there. So there's horns and trams and honking, and you'd be surprised. It actually will be impossible to speak to the back of the audience outside. It wouldn't be able to work. I'll take the hit for this, but yeah, Like, let me put it this way: in Paris, there was like 15 people.
Yeah.
So what's going on here?
Yeah,
Why is
there's
there-
no-
Paris is a big country, right? Good job. Well, if you guys want, you can murder the very expensive waters back there. Don't say I didn't splurge. I paid for those waters. They were like, "Do you want alcohol, food?" I'm like, "No, I just want water." Well, because you guys will go to the bathroom more if you have other stupid stuff, and then you're not listening. More time spent in the room, better just leave it. Saves me money too. All right, so I'm gonna go hop into the other room and be like, "Why are you guys so late? This is on you." And I'll be back here at like 5. Speak amongst yourselves. Consider selling everything you know. I'll be back in 5.
Oh yeah, the name.
All right.
When you tighten it so that it doesn't do this, it's still Watch out here. Yeah. Hey everybody.
Dan moet ik zo gaan. Ja, ik heb geen andere kans.
There's actually an entire other room full of hexagons over there. It's full. It's larger than this room a little bit, I think. How's it going, everybody? Welcome. Do we have any hexagons here? Do we have any pulsicons here? Yes. Great, excellent. How many of you guys are from out of town? All right, all right. Who drove the farthest, do you think? Who drove really far? Where did you come from?
Like near Antwerp.
Okay, well, I'm American, so I literally don't know what that means.
I had a lot of traffic, so I drove like 3 hours.
Berlin? That's to the right.
I saw your tweet earlier.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I'm going to give you the short synopsis of what I just told those guys. Since I can't fork myself, I wish I could. I hope everyone understood FORK. Nothing missing wrong, you might have thought. Yeah, I'm happy with X. I think everything's going really well. I'm excited about the testnet. They're booking more and more resources to make it work, and rebooting it, and adding logging, and all this other stuff. With Pulse, we wanted to get the testnet out a little bit earlier so that we could fail in public. And that's what testnets are for, is to find things that suck. And so we're finding things that suck. You know, like the Block Explorer sucks. It keeps falling over. Okay, well, let's fix it, right? Yeah, I haven't actually tried it. But if you guys want to try it, I would be very excited to see people, like, you know, take your free testnet coins, send them to a new wallet, and then play around on there, you know. It's the world's first system state EVM fork that comes with 10,000 new coins. I told the other guys over there, you know, we have in the works a PancakeSwap fork, which will allow people, well, these 2 components, 3, working consensus network, which is the PulseChain native, a PancakeSwap fork, which is a fork of Uniswap v2, which people could, you know, put Pulse on one side and one of the PRC20s on the other side, and then a bridge. And there are a lot of open source options for that. However, they all have admin keys, which sucks. So unfortunately, we're going to have to invent new stuff to get around that. We'll probably just launch with the horrible, terrible admin keys, and we'll just tell people that they suck and try to use that as little as you can, I guess. Because there's just no other way to do it that I'm aware of currently. If you're a developer and you want to hop in the bridge chat room where there's like 40 other devs just sitting staring at the problem, you're more than welcome to come and sit and stare at it as well. Because trustlessness is why cryptocurrency exists. It sucks to have admin keys. Like, I don't like it. It's crap. So anyway, the third component is we have a bridge, and we have a Uniswap v2 fork, and we have all these free PRC20s. People can bridge in their PRC20s, pair them with their PRC20s in the liquidity pool, get a free reward from the PulseSwap token, which is the native token of the swapping system. And it might be the largest yield farming thing ever, because is I don't know if any of the yield farming thing gave you the other half for free. So here's the one side, you already had it, and then here's the other side, you get it for free. It'd be really amazing. And then that would, if it was well adopted, provide backing. The ERC20 tokens would back the ERC20 tokens. And then the only guys that are getting the ERC tokens are the people that have the ERC20 tokens, pretty much. So really excited about that. There's a lot of understated things in the system that most people just don't know about. I'd love to turn off the music in this room too. I love it. Yeah, so I'll take a few questions before I hop into the other side and they'll start eating each other over there. I didn't know, like we had only maybe 10 or 15 people come to Paris, and I didn't see any type of different response in the tweets or the Insta, so I just assumed it would have type of a similar type of turnout here. This is 5-6 times bigger, so yeah, I'll take the hit. You know, my bad, guys, my bad. We're too successful. It's a good problem to have. Good things I've got a really good question. You went first. Go ahead.
Well, this may be also from the PulseChain. Is everyone in the PulseChain as well?
Yeah.
So we just talked with the PulseChain, and so we know that you're planning on making like a stable coin as well.
Yeah, that's really slow though, because all this regulatory stuff, we got to fill out paperwork. It takes you around forever. It's asking more and more and more questions. It's really hard.
But I also saw you like talking about in Zurich, like working together maybe with some banks and stuff, and people are like wondering if it's ever going to be like a hex card or something that's going to be used.
Well, I mean, making Hex easier to spend isn't something I really want. I prefer you go spend something else. You want to take a
You
loan?
also have like a stable coin at one point on there as well.
Yeah, I mean, I wish there was a trustless stablecoin that didn't have counterparty risk, but that doesn't exist. It's always counterparty risk, and that's the opposite of crypto, really. So if I have a stablecoin, it's going to be basically fiat-based. You know, bank screws you, coin gets screwed, you get screwed. It sucks, right? But it's just how it is.
Card, so we should all keep it.
Well, I mean, look, you know, the velocity of money is indirectly proportional to the value of money. So as you increase the velocity and make it easier to spend, you reduce its value. So staking, by definition, is removing the velocity and making it so that you can't buy things with it. And then that does wonderful things for the price. Because you can't sell coins that you can't access. So when people sell their Hex for items, or if they encumber their Hex to get loans, well, if the price moves and they get liquidated, that's a sell. And if the retailer wants to actually get paid fiat, that's a sell. And I'd rather you sell anything else. And I know you've got other stuff, right? You got nice headphones there. Sony headphones, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. So, like, just, I don't, for me, go spend other stuff. I don't care to make it easier to spend Hex. I do think on-ramping users is good. And I think off-ramping users is important to a degree. Like, people do need to be able to take profit when they want it. You just don't want to, like, entice them to do it. Like, yeah. Earn some stupid flyer points. Go blow up the environment by dumping the price. No, it's terrible. I don't want any of that.
One more short
Go ahead.
question. I just brought this friend you never heard about Hex.
Hey, how are you?
20 minutes ago.
God, thanks for calling. Where's the Kool-Aid? We need to get this out. Indoctrinating. Yeah, you'll find that Hexicans in general are very happy because the price went up 1,000,000%. So that combined with staking rewards, maybe you're 2,000,000%, it's hard to outperform it. As a matter of fact, I don't know of anything in the world that ever has outperformed it, except the share price chart. Share price chart is even, well, I mean, the share price chart would include that ROI. So, you know, maybe the share price chart is at like 1.5 million % or something. I have to check it. You can check it at apex.win/charts. And you can also check it at go.hex.com. All right, so you guys think of your awesome next questions. Yep, but wait, we haven't given yet, because there's another group of people just the same size over there. And I wish that I could show them to you, but you'd have to watch them on his live stream on YouTube. Because he's live streaming it.
Crypto spell.
No one can spell that, bro. They can actually. Yeah, Dutch people can spell it. All right. Crypto spell.
Yeah, that's good.
All right, I'll be back, guys. And Armando, if you see Grant, maybe kill the sound here if it's possible. It might not be. I don't know how many channels I got. Can we kill the sound? Music? Yes. Launch date on the pulse. Like if I gave one of he asked if there was a launch date for Pulse, and my answer was like, I've never given an accurate time frame on software ever. It's too many unknown unknowns. It's impossible to do. You cannot, if you're doing anything innovative for the first time, it is literally impossible to guess how long something. In general, just 2x, 3x.
And any bugs so far?
Any what?
Any box?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean we've got these open source block explorer we use called Block Scout.
Yeah.
The Ethereum classic guys built it. It's garbage. It just falls over all the time. It's trash. I mean a lot of this guys, a lot of this crypto software is straight trash. It's really not good software. So when my devs look at it, we just fix the low hanging fruit, the necessary critical path stuff first. Then we have wants that we can do later. We want to port from Geth, which is pretty much trash, over to something called Aragon, which has better database infrastructure. It's just everything about it's better. So like Aragon's better than Geth. I wouldn't be surprised if eventually Ethereum nodes kind of hopefully ported over to it. But you have to understand, like, there's only 5 Ethereum developers. So people say there's like 25,000 Ethereum developers. There's not. There's 20,000 guys working really hard to add extra load to the Ethereum network, which consists 90% of Geth nodes run by 5 guys. And they publicly complained that they can't get engineers because they don't have enough funding, and they turn down public funding and will only accept funding from the Consensus Foundation. That doesn't sound like decentralization to me. It sounds like they're turning down money for the privilege of being more centralized. Very, very silly. And unfortunately, they have not done a good job. I mean, the Geth repository guy brought down Infura, which everyone uses for API access, like including MetaMask, because they like stealth pushed a consensus fix or something. I hope that my dev team, since they're more numerous, can do a better job. I think they're higher quality devs, but not really sure. We'll see, right? I know that the design decisions that the Geth guys made suck. Maybe they inherited some of them. Maybe they're not all specifically their fault. But there's a lot of progress that can be made. I mean, scaling in Ethereum basically is don't use Ethereum. Use a different server on L2 and then check from that. Well, why not actually scale Ethereum? Like, and occasionally you get a gas size increase. So after your IP 1559, they allowed some extra gas so you can do more transactions per block. Then there's some things that don't make any sense at all. So for instance, if you have a limited amount of space and you're bidding for that space, the market is going to decide how much they can bid. And this game theory of the IP 1559 with like putting a base and then a tip, I don't know about you guys, but the fees have been as bad as they've ever been. They're just absolutely horrible. Yeah. So
what's the reason why the fees are so much higher than in 2017? What's the reason?
The actual adoption.
Sorry?
Actual adoption. So if you go on etherscan.io/gas tracker, you're going to be able to see how much people spend per day per contract in gas. So for instance, yesterday, Hex was number 37 gas consuming contract. It was about $75,000 over the previous 24 hours. That's $75,000 of Ethereum that miners are going to receive from hexagons to just dump the ETH price, which isn't any good, right? They're not. When those miners get that money, they're just polluting the environment with that money. So one of the beautiful things about PulseChain is that we won't have an $80 fee to on-ramp new users any longer. We won't have destruction of the environment for giggles with proof of work. We will beat Ethereum 2.0 market with more coins, more users, more battle-tested software. I can't wait to see what kind of bugs E2 has. You're like, it's going to be interesting to find out.
How's it going?
High five the mic. It's going to sound great on the stream. Yeah, so like, yeah, I mean, we've got really, 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 really good stuff going on. I haven't tested yet, but like, I want to, But for me, it's like, I was in Estonia to shoot this documentary thing anyway, and then now I have a car, and I'm like, this grand touring car. All right, well then I'll just make a loop, maybe end up back in Estonia, and then maybe I sell it. I don't know, maybe keep it, and then I want to go back to my real workstation because I'm losing money. Like I'm not. This is expensive, and unless I get good content out of it, and it is nice to meet awesome hexagons. That is a very nice feeling. But for me, I want to build the stuff that scales to millions of users. So yes, we maybe have, I don't know, 100, 200, how many people would have here? 100 people maybe? So, it's awesome to meet 100 guys, but if I sit at home and I fix, like, hey, on the Hex website, there's not even a video on how to stake. It seems like you might want to have that. It doesn't make any sense, right? Like, fiat on-ramp's impossible. I have people that try and buy in, they just can't. Like, sorry. Oh well, good luck. Try and find some place that's like there is low-hanging fruit that we could fix. It's time to do it. Anyone here have a really good question?
Off-ramp.
Off-ramp.
On the off-ramp is getting a problem in Europe now.
Good. I don't want you to sell anyway. Sell your house. I had this literal same conversation over the other room. For you guys that want off-ramps, I know you can get into Ethereum, and I know you can get the USDC, and I know those are the two most liquid pairs for hex in the entire world. And if you can get into those, they're listed absolutely everywhere. So there is absolutely no problem off-ramping out of hex at all.
Now, I mean the banks.
Oh,
If I want to get my
Right.
money to the bank,
always-
it worked one time,
Yeah.
but now they,
you need to put money in, on ramp.
get it to the bank and then.
Yeah. In English, we call it on ramp. Yes, I think fixing on ramps would be awesome. You know, right now we have to endure Ethereum fees when you don't want Ethereum, you want hex. And you have to pay Ethereum fees when you don't want Ethereum, you want hex. I think Pulse is going to solve a lot of that, and I think Pulse is likely to open up some gatekeeping. But really, I mean, as long as let's do a thought experiment here. The most liquid pair for hex in the world. Well, let's skip hex for a second. Pulse is going to exist soon. There's going to be hex on the Pulse network. There's going to be hex on the Ethereum network. There's going to be Pulse Swap, fork of Uniswap V2, where people can bridge in their ERC20s, pair them with their free ERC20s. My guess is it'll be a very successful yield farming program. They'll be rewarded with Pulse Swap tokens for doing that. So I'll be posting charts of Pulse Swap, Pulse, eHex, and Hex. And so someone might want to list all those PRC20s because people are going to want to trade them, in my opinion. You know, I don't have a crystal ball, can't predict the future. I did call that 10,000x though. That was pretty cool. Remember when I had to take that video down? I said this was designed to do 10,000x performance under 2.5 years, and there was literal journalists like messaging me like, "I'm gonna put you in jail." I'm like, bro, like, no, this is what. And then it did it, and now where's my apologies? Don't get that. I get occasional, a couple, but I should get thousands basically. I mean, I saw some guy on Twitter burning some letter somebody sent them advertising hex. I'm like, hey, you kept the Pulse one, nice dude. They burned that one. Yeah. They talk smack. I'm like, hey, wait a second, you don't know who you're talking to. I'm the best person in this industry. You want to take my title as best person in cryptocurrency? Donate more money to charity or raise more money for charity. Call the top on the day. I'll wait. That did 55% off my top call. No, you didn't call the top of the day. No, you didn't give Bitcoiners $3 million of dollars. All these airdrops. No, when Satoshi, when Bitcoin.org was hacked, you didn't go live and tell everyone to watch out for the scam that was on it. Okay? I'm the best person in cryptocurrency, and I would love for someone to take the title from me and make the world a better place over it. But who's going to do it? Guys showing margin trading, destroying lives left and right? Probably not. You know. So I'm happy to be able to brag about that. Like, now, other industries, I'm probably not the best person, but in this particular one, I'm winning this game, and I want that respect. That's what I'm in this for. Like, I have more money than I can spend. I'm in this for respect, and so if I have to kick doors down to get it, so be it. Any other questions over here? Go ahead.
I want to break a little bit the ice. I really trust in your project.
Which one? Hex.
Hex. Yeah, well, it's the one that well, I sacrificed as well, and I know as much as I could from Pulse.
Right.
I'm really focused on Hex right now. I really
Right.
believe, and I would say that maybe in Spain I'm one of the best commercials that you could have. I can tell you that.
What's the best commercial?
I am your best commercial.
You. Nice. Great. Nice.
There he is.
Well, I could use the help, man, because I do the vast minority of content. You know, if there's a live stream, it's not me. He's live streaming. I'm not live streaming.
It's a different approach, the one that you are doing, not using exchange, doing
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, it's absolutely different than that.
I think at some point people will realize there's profit in serving the Hexian community and attempt to insert themselves in the middle, which unfortunately exchanges will always be there until the laws get better. So as long as there's a law that says you can't sell crypto to your neighbor without possibly fearing unlicensed money transmitter regulation violation, which has harsh penalties, as long as there's laws like that, then there's got to be people that bend the knee and kneel to these scumbags that do security theater. Real law enforcement, when they capture people, they have subpoena power. So the investigators that make good progress in this world shutting down scams, they have data, which is like hay, and then they have needles, which are criminals. Most people aren't criminals. Most people are good people. So they try and pick through the hay to get the needles to catch the guys that are doing bad things, and then lock them up so they stop doing bad things. And so what the majority of AML KYC does is adds more hay. Good luck, guys. We're just going to pretend everything's suspicious. Have fun. And the concept that lawmakers are so obtuse to have written laws with static limits on price when they know the money is going to zero. They know the money is going to zero. They know every fiat currency has gone to zero over time. Why is it that now you used to be able to cross the EU border with 10,000 euros, probably 10 or 20 years ago. Now, still 10,000 euros, but 10,000 euros doesn't buy as much. But when are they going to go address that? Sometime before it's worth like a soda? Like you can, without registering, transport one soda worth of money? It's terrible. And who's out there undoing all the harm that these misguided lawmakers are doing with the security theater? Like, you need to do what is most efficient, and security theater is not efficient. You need to hire more investigators with subpoena power, enforcement power, to go and get real testimony that can put people in jail, and more suspicious activity reports and more selfies ain't saving nobody. And they lose all those selfies. Every time you give your selfie to somebody, they lose it. Little Indian $10 an hour dude, who knows what he's doing with your selfie, right? And it's how many people have had data breaches now? Coinbase lost 6,000 users' money doing SMS authentication, 2FA error. Twitch.tv? Didn't hear about that. Somebody in the other room said that too. But what happened? I missed it. When did it happen? Today? Yesterday. They lost their whole database.
Just post everything. All the money of everybody, all
the database
with
with
database.
personal information was hacked.
I'll have to look into that. So, yeah, I didn't hear about that one, man. I didn't hear about that.
So,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, let me finish the question. My question is, the only thing that I know about the project is you are the
I hate when
one,
people say that.
you are the group, you are the team, you are the
Yeah,
leader.
but it's so risky, man, because any confidence schemes are, the word confidence scheme comes from confidence, like a confidence man is a person that gets your confidence and then gets your money and then screws you. So I, in general, like, despise when people, as they're doing their own research, just think I'm a cool guy. It might work, right? It might work. Like, I'm statistically improbable, right? Like, how many people give away free books, free videos, call the top of the day, give away free coins, raise $27 million for charity. And those were the things I did first, before you ever heard me say the word crypto. Those are the things I did first, except for the 27 million things. That was later. So like, you know, the free self-help books, the free self-help videos, that's obviously me. You couldn't give me money. For sale, couldn't pay me, right? What's my Bitcoin address? Does anybody know it? No, right? So you'll probably get lucky with me. But be very, 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 very careful giving your money to people that are compelling in person, because they train for that crap. They're like, if you go to timeshare sales with your family, they're going to buy the timeshare no matter what you say. Because those guys that sell the timeshare do it for a living. And they handle the objections better. And you know, they saw your poopy butt when you were young, so they don't care about what you say. So it's like, yeah, I appreciate the compliment. I appreciate the respect. It is what I'm doing this for. Be very careful, man, because if you use that same logic for the next guy, you're likely to get screwed.
So the question is, as you're the one that we are following,
Yeah.
how's your medical status? Everything okay?
Everything's good. I mean, to tell you the truth,
If you're not of the project, I'll be like, oh,
So I met a nice girl like a couple days ago, and she had low body fat, and I built like a walrus. So she wanted hot, and I wanted cold. So I let her change the AC, and then I woke up like, God, what happened, right? So like my throat isn't as perfect as I would prefer it. I think it's air conditioning related. I don't think it's. I mean, I just had a COVID test. It's not COVID. So. Funny thing in this country, if you get a COVID test to travel, not useful for restaurants. How crappy is that?
well, for me,
Welcome to
I'm
Netherlands.
coming from Spain,
Yeah.
and the mask is everywhere,
Yeah.
even outside.
Yeah.
And here, I was
Outside
having a
masks,
meeting,
okay.
you can see the face, yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
Even in the beach in Spain.
No,
in
no,
the
not
beach.
much. I mean, in the beach.
Yeah, funny little tan ones, right?
Having a walk on the beach, wear a mask, I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm going to Spain
So I'm gonna-
Saturday.
I'm gonna bounce over to the other room, and I'll be back again.
Just a question before you go.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that we get a debit card?
I don't want anyone to be able to spend their hex easily. I prefer the reduced velocity from staking to reduced. So I would prefer it's easier for you to sell anything else. So if you want to break your balls to make it so that you can sell it, please do. Like, yes, you should be able to get out. But I don't want to give you reasons to like, hey, here's some airline miles, now go pollute the environment and dump the price. Congrats. Like, no, I don't want that. Right? So, you know, people that are all excited about debit cards, why? That's why we're in crypto, to replace middlemen. A debit card's a middleman. It's a 1 to 2% tax on the entire gross domestic product of the world at retail. It's disgusting. So I hate debit cards. I hate what they incentivize you to buy, which is mostly travel, which is mostly waste. Like it's bad for the price. Like I don't want.
So
we may end up doing it eventually. Maybe,
So but still, when PulseChain is out, what then?
What then? That's our.
We
that's
still
gonna
gonna
be
have
my
a
next
middleman,
lecture I give you guys.
Or not?
Say again?
To get the money out, you still need a middleman.
No. You're going to bridge to another network if you want it until it's listed primarily at exchanges, and then you switch it. My
Okay.
stomach, my belly's hanging out. Yes, I'm fat.
That's
I know
right.
I'm fat. I'm losing weight on vacations. Near impossible. Be happy. All right, I'll be back.
There we go again.
Are you third room? Can we get a third room?
We have a small room here.
We need a third room. Welcome to the Netherlands. Brent. So apparently there's a queue of people outside.
Yeah.
You know, you guys could have posted on Twitter before you came.
You should go outside.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna skip your cycle for a minute. I know you're still behind one cycle over the other guys. I'm gonna see what's going on outside. Give a sermon out there. And then I'm gonna come back. And then to reflect the question, you guys already asked that one. Like what happens when PulseChain launches? I'll answer that. All right. So I'm gonna go check on the outside, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry for the delays. I wish there was like a bigger room.
If you guys want to follow him outside.
Yeah, but when you talk with the guy.
It's live.
What's the Euro? The Euro people. Welcome to my crib. So apparently there were so many people, so many Dutch accidents, that we had 2 rooms that you just saw, and then we have all those people outside. You got them? Where are we right now? Apparently.
Kijk.
Oh yeah, man! I can't wait to pause it price chart. So how's everybody going? Anybody here drive a long way? Where'd you drive from? Rotterdam. We got a guy in there from Berlin. It's like 6 hours apparently. We got a guy from yeah. Did the guy drive from Spain? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, I'm American. I'm from Poland, but You missed us. Yeah, you were in Warsaw. I got a purple shoes today to spot, and it's a good outfit. It's very, who's that guy that hugs people? Big stuffed animal. I love you. Barney outfit. There we go. So, do you guys have any questions out here? If you got any questions, I'm here to answer them. Because I got 2 50-person rooms, and y'all about maybe 20 of you. Count you. 3, 5, 10, about 12, 13, 15, something. Any questions? I'm here to answer, man.
I'm listening. I want to get smarter. I'm really up to date, so I bought under a cent. I was lucky. A mate of mine sent texted me like, "Hey, you have to buy it. You have to buy it. You really have to do."
Did any of you guys dump the price for anything? Cool. You guys did any
Which
Ferraris or
dump?
anything?
I only did. Did you saw the meme with the water? Oh, X down.
Oh, I saw it with the booty shot. Yeah, that was funny. I saw that. Yeah, like, hey, how's it going? X again? Nice. Welcome. Yeah, we got 2 50-person rooms full in there, and we can't get a bigger room, so we're kind of like making the third one, basically. So some of the things I was telling the guys in there that are important are, we got the PulseChain Testnet up. We do reboot it occasionally to, make it better, adding strength, adding logging, fixing the block explorer, which kind of sucks. We borrowed it from other projects, so we have to fix it. So I think it'd be neat to move your hex to a different wallet and then try it and test it. It'd be fun. But I haven't done it yet, so it's not that big.
How many developers are currently working on it?
It feels like 7 to me, but I mean, I'd have to subtract out part-time guys. Like, maybe it's like 4 or 5 full-time guys. But I have a good count right now. And like, kind of even outsourcing the hiring to a degree.
Yeah, but you want to get more developers later on when they want to stop.
I need someone to fork MetaMask now. Not to fork it, but just build it from scratch because they have a restricted license that doesn't allow you to go to 10,000 users. So I don't have anyone working on MetaMask now. I need that. We've got a separate team working on the Uniswap V2 fork. That's fine.
Hex is fine. Pulse is fine. Maybe for the exchange stuff, I could put on like a couple compliance guys just to fill out stupid paperwork. It's not really a dev job, but that's kind of where I'm at thinking. As soon as I'm not on the world tour, which hopefully soon, that's like my core focus. Because for me to scale, like basically my biggest problem is underutilized resources. I've got near infinite resources, and I'm just so cheap that I'm unwilling to lose money on deploying. Like I just won't get it back in. I'm not going to make a bad hire and have to fire somebody. I only hire the right guys. It's slower, it feels better, and I'd rather feel good. You know, I hate when someone gets paid, doesn't do their work, and it makes me angry. And then that guy makes it so you're delayed. You didn't hire the right guy. You're wasting your time. That's right. I've had that time. So only the best. Like I pay top money. I get top guys. You know, ex-Google, ex-Facebook, whatever. Or guys who could be if they wanted to be. Just prefer not to be in that group.
You also told me some kind of stable coin.
Yeah, I want that, but it's
to a
basically
bank
you're
in
not going to have a
Switzerland?
stable until there's an exchange. You're not going to have an exchange until more regulatory.
5 minutes.
Did you already talk to the bank?
Yeah, I did, but like you know, bank can only work with you if you have an exchange license. Exchange license wants a lot of stuff that you think is silly. They're like, you want a business plan? Are you serious? Like, why? Why do you need that? So you want me to make up a bunch of high school crap so that what? Because you're saving my users from me? How about I save my users from you? It's like it's enraging. Like the old people that we want to replace are like talking smack, you know, and you're like, hey guys, we won. Like you lost. It's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time.
Do it with
The regulatory arbitrage stuff's only gonna last so long, and then you guys will all own Hex. And sorry, you know, like, whoever was happy they sold their Hex. It's pretty few. Whoever was happy they talked smack about Hex. Very few. And those that you know, there'll be fewer and fewer soon. There'll really be fewer and fewer soon. Soon you're gonna have Hex on 2 chains. You know, soon you're gonna have the world's largest airdrop. Tens of thousands of new coins, tens of thousands of new pairs. The liquidity mining program where you can bridge in ERC20 assets versus PRC20 assets you get for free. Be rewarded with a yield incentive token called the Pulse Swap token. So I'm going to be basically showing 4 charts. It's going to be like Hex on Pulse, which is just called Hex. Hex on Ethereum, which will be called eHex. Hex on Ethereum is going to be funny. It's going to be called ETH. It's going to suck. It's fine. Have a sucky name. It's okay. Ethereum itself is a sucky name. Is it IUM at the end? Is it UEM? It's really crap. Like the Ethereum brand is not actually a good brand. Everyone misspells it. They're all taken. They try to register. They're all taken right. Ethereum with F's is taken. I've tried everything. You guys got any more questions? Because I got 2 more rooms of 50 I got to hit. Go ahead. Hey man, my pleasure, bro. You know, before you guys leave, like I am going to rotate and we're all going to do a big group photo. And I'm glad I got the wide angle because it's going to be a wide group photo. This is for sure.
I have a question.
100 plus people.
What's the most epic thing you've been doing in Amsterdam so far?
Amsterdam? I mean, found shoes that fit. It was pretty epic. I know it sounds sad, but like literally I found size 46 shoes. Other than that, I mean, I met a nice girl
Oh, yeah.
on the streets.
That's good. That's
She was really awesome.
Took her out for dinner?
I went to this place called, I was suggested by DJ Lethal, who's like a DJ in America, this place, and then another Hex guy suggested it. I'm like, all right, I'll try it. Then I went there and I was like, so I'm not gonna show it, but like, sorry guys, good suggestion. I tried, but if I get ribs, man, I want it to be covered in sauce, right? I want it sticky. That's the best part, sauce.
Yeah.
Now I get these ribs and there's no damn sauce. I'm like, all right, well. And the other sauce they gave me was like salad dressing.
You gotta
okay.
go to a Surinamese one.
There you go. All right. I don't know about Suriname. I'll have to learn about it. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna head in. Sorry that you're having to enjoy the beautiful clean air out here, but I'm gonna go hit those other 2 ribs of 50. And then if you come up with questions while I'm gone, I'm not leaving until we get a big giant group photo. So at least an hour from now, hour and a half from now, something like that. But I'll be back out in another 30, 40. Where you can only fit outside. The group photo will be out here.
Okay, great.
So I'm not. You ain't gonna miss it.
Okay, we won't miss it.
All right, I'll be back out in 30, 35, I think. It's funny how many people are in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No warning. No warning at all. Well, it's good to live stream this stuff, I guess. How many people are watching?
Right now, 500.
I bet there'd be more if I tweeted. Probably.
Mine, 260. 200 and.
Like, it should release later. I can always do it. I'll think about it. I'll mention you on Twitter with the link.
I'm shooting 8K. So I think we need to return to this room.
Yeah. The first video.
Second big one.
No. It's on that one.
These guys are shorter cycle. We did them second.
Are those shoes comfortable?
We're trying to find the. There's a mirror room and then there's another room. Ah, here.
So we
We have the priority. Everybody back. There's maybe 20 people outside of it. 20, 22 maybe. Who's got a good question in here?
Me. Yeah, right. So, yes, we have this hard law, right?
Yes.
Okay, it's, so it's 2 coins.
Trade versus each other?
Yeah. In the same,
Yeah.
pair. Yeah, so a while back, you can like ask the hash community members to move their
Yes.
ETH liquidity into USD, but wouldn't it be better for the hex price overall if it was still in ETH as normally ETH versus USD?
It's actually, it's hard to say. So I'm bearish ETH. I think it's a higher high. I don't think it makes a new all-time high. I might be wrong. Market could start doing something new. I'm happy to learn from the market.
Okay.
I'm just making a guess. I'm showing you what did happen in the past. I called the Bitcoin top in the day. Price dropped 55% afterwards. I called the Ethereum top. Look, last cycle it dropped 27 days later. This cycle, 27 days later, dumped it. So my top call on Bitcoin was perfect. My top call was lighter on Ethereum because I just pointed out the analogy, but good enough for you to have made that trade decision. So, I still think this is a higher high, bull trap kind of thing. I don't think we're going to make new all-time highs. We might be wrong. So now in an environment where you have a pair, and you as the liquidity provider are holding each side of the pair, one side's hex, one side's Ethereum, and Ethereum starts going down versus USD, that means that your hex that you want to trade for it isn't exchangeable for as much USD because the ETH is worth less. So in a bull market, you could make the case that having a primarily Ethereum pair may work out well, as hex was in the old times.
Yeah.
But then it seems like people switched over to USDC, and it seems like it did even better. So it's actually, the math is kind of hard because if you trade an alt pair, so let's say you trade Ethereum versus Bitcoin. Now your maximum ROI is screwed because Bitcoin's going to run up when Ethereum runs up.
Yeah.
But if you trade either of those versus the dollar goes down all the time. And so it's easier to make outsized returns trading the USD pair in crypto than it is crypto versus crypto. And I think some of that same math applies to liquidity pairs in that it's easier to double your price when the ETH price doesn't keep pushing the native so if you're tied, because of Hart's law, if you're tied primarily to ETH and then ETH goes up, that wasn't actually people buying. That was just something else going on. And so it's really nice to have a chart and a project that lives or dies by people actually buying it or actually selling it, because there's a big incentive to be the one thing that's separate from all these other things. It's a unique benefit statement that I don't really know any other coins off the top of my head that they have them where they just do their own thing. You could say stable coins are that way, kind of. But Bitcoin and Ethereum, when they go up together. When they go down, they go together. And by the way, they both go up and down with the stock market. The stock market goes down, Bitcoin's going down, Ethereum's going down, historically. So, yeah, basically his question was, would it be better to have Ethereum as the pair? And I would still say no. I would still prefer to see stables as the pair. Okay. Now, if we start to see the world change and there's, some rumors of some regulatory action against stables or something, then the calculus might change. And everyone may switch into real crypto from fake crypto. Because stable coins are fake crypto. It's all counterparty risk. So you at your bank, you've got the counterparty risk that the bank doesn't give you your money back that you deposited there. The camera dudes are like, screw your view. It's just all camera guys here. Sorry about that, guys. So he's got a really wide lens, so he doesn't trust. He has to be this tight. So when you have a bank and the bank owes you money, they only insure that money up to so much. And then if the bank screws you for more than that, you get screwed for it. The insurance doesn't cover it. And you can't open more accounts and more banks to multiply that insurance. The insurance maxes out with you. It doesn't max out per account. So FDIC insurance in the United States doesn't protect you for more than 300K, I don't believe. And I think it's even if you're married. I think 300K might be the married one. Not an expert on it. And
And then now, let's say a crypto company has a bank. It's not FDIC insured at all. Corporate accounts aren't FDIC insured. Only personal ones are. So now, as a corporation that has a stable coin at a bank can screw you. The regulator can screw you. A civil court injunction can screw you. And then you have to pass that screwing through to users because it's just fractionally reserved. Now, the weird thing is that we know fractionally reserved stable coins can function because Tether was fractionally reserved. The Polish government took $600 million out of Tether bank account, and Tether still held its peg. So the degree to which a stablecoin can be unpegged and fractionally reserved and yet still be worth $1 is something I'm very intrigued about because we are going to have USDC and USDT on the Pulse network forked. They're not going to be redeemable for dollars, but I'll bet they don't trade at zero. Unless the people that have the admin keys just invalidate the contracts, which they can do, but then their users might sue them for stealing their money because it was worth something. You just stole it. So I don't know whether they're going to, like, I have no idea what the USDC and USDT are going to do with their stablecoin relationship with the Pulse network. And then I'm not sure it matters that much because you can always bridge in the Ethereum version of those two things onto that network. But there's also counterparty risk in the bridge. We haven't found a way to do trustless bridge yet. Unfortunately, when we find it, we'll do it because I'm in cryptocurrency for censorship resistance and removing middlemen, increasing efficiency, and removing counterparty risk. And so things that introduce counterparty risk bother me greatly. Right? Like, I don't need more money. I just want to have more impact and get more respect is what I'm in it for. So I don't really need to take extra counterparty risk stuff. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have a question. What? What would happen if, worst case scenario, you would die? What would happen to the I hope you live a long, healthy life.
Well, I mean, you know, if you, I think that go to hex.com would go down. I think hex.com would go down, and then I think people would switch over to backuphex.com, apphex.win, hexmob.win, etherscan.io, write your own front ends. There's guides on how to do all these things. I am totally not an integral part of Hex, truthfully. I do the occasional. It doesn't need a team. It's already done. There's no
Pulse.
Well, Pulse is even easier because Pulse, you know, it's the Geth ecosystem and the MetaMask ecosystem are both open source. Totally. Kind of. So MetaMask has a restriction where you can't use more than 10,000 users for a project. They added it to try and like prevent people like us from taking over users, basically, which I hope to reduce Ethereum fees by taking over users. Ethereum fees will go down, so might the Ethereum price, which is okay for me. Vitalik was ragging on Bitcoin when Bitcoin was too expensive to transact on. Well, homie, you know, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. Now your transactions are $30 to send an ERC20, $50 to send an ERC20. Now you got to eat that same crow, and you know, people like me got to come along and build more capacity because there's no other solution to it. There's no game theory bidding mechanism which will add capacity. You have to actually add capacity. So as far as counterparty risk with me, why don't you just pretend that I'm dead and pretend that go.hex.com and hex.com are offline and give it a go? And I think that you're going to be just fine because we are truly decentralized. Like there is no. I quote these specifically from laws that I've read, so the language is very specific. There is no critical managerial or entrepreneurial effort on my part. None. If I die, what changes? Nothing changes. Use a different front end. That's it, right? And then PulseChain is even more distributed because all the things that are kind of front ends that are popular are just Geth and MetaMask. And I didn't invent Geth, and I didn't invent MetaMask, so I matter even less in that arena. Yeah, so in my life, it's really maybe important to my fans, maybe important to me, but like to the actual Hex project. I mean, think about how many people do live streams and what percentage of them are me. Very few. Good.
So I had a question when it comes to, because it also comes back to the liquidity thing.
Sure.
No doubt you've thought of this, but is there an idea that Hex would be the primary liquidity pool for Pulse? Because Hex is primarily backed by USDC.
I have no idea. I actually don't know.
Odds law
I never thought about it.
that Pulse goes up, Hex goes up, and Hex goes up, Pulse goes up.
You know, that'd be something really fun to think about. You should pop that in the chats, and maybe if you tweet it, I'll even retweet it, because it seems like a really cool question. There is some game theory that I just haven't ever gotten around to. You know, I'm focused on hiring devs. There is game theory I haven't addressed.
So I spent like 200 hours looking into Hex
Yep.
game theory, Pulse game theory, and I looked at like a game theory chat. Can I get into that?
Where? Which one? Oh, the secret chat?
I guess.
Right? You'd have to build community.
Hex
I would
Pro?
have to know you.
Hex Pro?
You're going to have to be in it for a while. There's only like 70 people. It ain't about wealth, man. It's just about intellectual respect. Like when I see people bringing good content over like a year, like I value their opinion on game theory basically. So I have a secret game theory chat for Pulse. There's just 70 people in it.
And do you think like with the bankings going forward, because people are going to have like hex liquidity added to pools, if that's going to be primarily trading there, I'm going to think.
Bro, I'm like the worst guy to ask. I think hex trading guys would be better ask. I think maybe Pulse voice chat would be better ask. I haven't run through any of the game theory in regards to where liquidity might land or be most profitable on hex Pulse pairs or on PRC 20 years. Because like here's an example. How much liquidity is there going to be on the Bridgeton ETH versus Pulse number? I have no idea. Okay, how much USDC is there? I'm not really sure. I wouldn't be surprised if someone added a bunch of USDC, but like I don't know, you know. And so, but we don't have to wait that long to find out. Like we should be able to find these things out soon within the next 2 months. But really, it's probably 3, right? Because I've never given a good time estimate ever. So, good questions, guys. Really good questions. Last one, and then I got to switch.
Question about taxes.
Yes.
Are you going to make it easier for people to do their taxes, like on PulseChain, like a CSV generator?
This is going to be so easy to answer.
I mean, platforms like CoinTrade require you to upload CSV files to calculate taxes.
All of that horror is totally your own. Enjoy it. I'm not doing a single thing to help you. I'm not offering you any professional advice. I'm not giving you any tools. I'm never giving you any tips. Nothing. You get nothing. So for me, I do not want to be anyone's professional advisor, whether financial or particularly tax-based. I can tell you that to get rid of people talking about that particular issue in my chats, I started a new channel of people who will talk about that stuff that I never even go to. Hopefully it's okay. I don't know. You can go to t.me/cryptogov and talk about your country's tax horror or whatever. But I'm not giving you any help, right? None. But really, it's just an ERC20. Should you need help? I mean, come on, it's just an ERC20. Someone should have already figured that out.
There's a problem with staking rewards.
Yeah, but man, that's a real edge case where different places may categorize it totally different. Like if you talk to Funding Jim, who is out of Puerto Rico, and telling people to use all this kind of sounds like what I said I wasn't going to do. So if you go in there, this guy named Funding Jim who lives in Puerto Rico, he gets a lot of people advice from there in regards to how to handle using a charitable remainder trust, a CRIT, I think they're called, charitable remainder trust, charitable remainder investment trust, to basically get a tax deduction when you donate to the trust, and then you're not getting hit for cap gains right away, and then go to the channel. I'm not helping. But it is important because the less tax people have to pay, the less they have to hit the price, the better it is for everybody. And then probably the less war we go to, because where do you think they go to war with? The money you give them. All right, I'm heading over to that room, guys. I'll be back in 15.
Yeah, but I did.
Did that one? No, I came here first. All right, I'll double check. All right. Yeah. It's fine. Welcome back. Hi there. Might be Hex again. Might work for the hotel.
Richard is a visitor.
That's how it goes.
Didn't know it was such a privilege to be you just follow all the conversations.
It's gonna be fine.
The stream might be even better than my view because everyone's just waiting in the room. Just waiting for us.
You guys, back.
Look at this. The guy even has a top hat. It's amazing. Gentlemen, how are you? Good.
There you go, sir.
Being very violent.
It sucks. Two rooms, same questions. Yeah, well, these guys asked different ones. Look, there's a live stream on Crypto Spot YouTube channel, so you'll be able to watch it. I'll probably retweet it later, man. Probably. I can't enjoy the extra work of texting and talking. Like,
I just tweeted it.
All right, good stuff. Good stuff.
How many people watching? 300 and. Oh.
Yeah, thanks. Were you here earlier?
300. 300?
So it's this number?
Yeah.
345.
Okay.
650.
I must, yeah.
And this is in Spanish, so that's the main thing.
No, so where's this camera coming from?
Oh, it's from the camp because
You recorded.
yeah, because I need like 600 subscribers to finish up the 1,000 subscribers so I can officially stream from my phone. Yeah, so I was like, let me do this right now.
You know, it's actually really hard to do a bunch of stuff at once. It is.
Boys,
There you go.
do it.
Works now.
Go.
We just arrived. Me? I've been at Millones since 2011. First quarter. Just a mindful blocks, blackboards. Hey guys, how's it going? Thank you.
It's almost your birthday.
It's almost. Yeah, October 9th, yeah.
Are you going to celebrate it there in Amsterdam?
I don't know. Probably not, truthfully, but it is a very nice city. I think I might be driving. It's like, the thing that sucks about me is like I'm supposed to be all hardcore amazing and stuff, so if I just have a normal birthday, I seem like a bitch. So I have to like pretend I had like the best birthday ever or actually have one. I don't know. If I just have a normal birthday, it looks like a chump mode, I feel like. So
What's the next city you want to like to see?
maybe Hamburg, maybe Copenhagen, I don't know, man. I look on a map, see just what's for there. I always pick at the last minute, so evil people can't figure it out, you know? Where's he going? Keep it mixed up. Huh? Throw a dart? Yeah, I don't want to go south anymore. I want to make a circle.
Then you have to work on your
I think I'm going to sell this thing instead of it. So, yeah. New guys, any questions?
Yeah, we're
Go ahead.
from the south of Netherlands.
Nice.
So we just arrived a bit late. But,
There is a ton of you guys. There's like 100 of you guys total. What do you think, 100?
Yeah.
We have also
More.
a Telegram group,
Yeah.
Pulse Netherlands.
Really?
And ex-Netherlands. So,
I don't
we
think
have
I've
good
ever been in the
community.
channel, man.
Huh?
I was surprised. I went to the Warsaw group, or no, the Polish group, and there was literally 3,000 hexagons.
Wow,
I was
that's
like, oh, I've
amazing.
never been in here. I've never met you guys. Yeah.
This is thanks to Crypto Monedas. You have to live stream it.
Eventually I'll get to it. I still own one. Crypto Monedas. Yeah, I still own one.
Yeah, right now there are 150 people in the Hex chats and even more in the PulseChain chats.
Yeah, I don't know why PulseChain is so much more popular. It's crazy.
Because it's easy to understand. Ja,
Right.
makkelijk om te
Maybe
begrijpen.
Dure transacties meer op Ethereum.
I don't think that's right, but yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't need it. Because I watched on Ether scanner, so we just have 350,000 addresses.
Not even.
Ether.
I think it's like
we
2,000.
have.
Is it
Yeah,
350?
350.
Really?
But I think we have like 275 or 300 unique addresses.
Oh, unique.
In total.
Okay, right.
Because some have
Yeah.
more. So that's
Right.
already one sign that we're pretty viral in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Someone needs to do that math and just see like how many of those were airdrop people that don't have that much. But then like how many people added, and like the people that added, you know, those are like real users, I think. But I've never had time to do that. I mean, and that, it's like, for me, I care about the outreach, the messaging, and just, you know, presenting everything in a good light. Because really, we have the best thing out there, and just people don't know about it. We don't even really need better messaging. We just need more people to go and spread the word. So I'm really glad to see that there's people out there spreading the word that aren't me, because apparently I ain't that fun to watch, man. I only got 100,000 followers. If I had a nice butt, I'd probably have 1 million likes. Maybe I should do more squats. Maybe
More
that's the key.
Lamborghinis, more Ferraris,
It might
more
be
Louis
videos.
Vuitton.
One thing that
Go ahead.
So I'm not much of a technical guy, but I was wondering what will happen. Like all tokens will be converted to PulseChain.
Nope.
Like
It's a fork.
Yeah,
You get a full copy of your liquid. You get a full copy of your stakes. You get a full copy of every other year's.
But what will happen to the backends and all the front ends?
Some of the backends, some of the fake crypto, fake decentralized admin key crap won't work. But the token will still be there. And then I'm willing to bet that because you can duct tape tokens on and people for some reason see value there, like you can duct tape a serial number to a picture, and people see value for some reason, or they duct tape the uni token onto a perfectly functioning smart contract, and people see value there, literally duct taped on, no relation whatsoever. Well, I bet you that you duct tape on a whole nother network with the exact same code and the same ticker symbol, that the prices may move around some of them. Maybe. It's a guess. Nobody knows. It's never happened before.
Okay, I see.
But it wouldn't surprise me at all. Because there's going to be Uniswap and all its pairs are coming over.
Yes.
And you can trade those pairs or not. So I think it's going to be crazy. Like, I think,
So there are going to be these tokens, but not the backends and front ends.
yeah, but here's the thing. When you get your PRC20s for free, and you get your bridged and ERC20s for free, because you already own them. I mean, not for free, but they're yours, right? You can go into a PulseSwap, which is like a Uniswap fork, and give your free PRC20s on one side of the LP, and your bridged and ERC20s on the other. And now you're providing backing from the thing you just got free. And then, whether people build front ends or not, it's irrelevant. The pair is backed by the ERC20 pair, based on the participation in the liquidity farm.
Yes.
So, whether people choose to build on it or not, hey, ticker's here, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so, let's see what happens, right? We got your ticker, we got your code. Yeah, all right. Maybe it's a deal. Maybe there's better ROI. I don't know, right? Like
right now, the PulseChain community is already bigger on at least on Telegram and
I think it is.
Than Discord than Hex.
Yes.
Do you have an idea why that is?
I think it's an easier sales pitch. I think people understand Ethereum, but faster, cheaper. Oh, and world's largest airdrop, they get that. But thing that's up 1,000,000%, it's harder for them to get. Like, explain Hex. I can tell you it's Bitcoin, the proof of work change from proof of hold, from proof of buying SHA-256 miners. And we use Ethereum miners instead of Bitcoin miners. That's about it. It's really that. But for some reason, people just don't get it, man. They just can't get that it's a proof of work change with different miners. They just can't get it. So, yeah, I mean, maybe one day they will. I thought blockchain time deposit was really easy. Go ahead.
So, Richard, I just want to ask you, like, what do you think that we can do to contribute to
outbound messaging?
Anything?
You got to print stickers. You got to put those sticker places. I see somebody put stickers on an ATM. Great. Fuck that ATM.
Yeah.
I take it back. It's probably illegal to advise that, but huh? Yeah, my bad. That's twice now. That's twice this show. Sorry about that. I try not to. So, I literally on stream, I like have this one barrel in person occasionally still.
Give the audience when you're
Every time you speak, the price goes up.
Really?
Yeah, I notice it every stream. So you need to speak more. You need to make more content.
No, you do it. I'm not doing. I'm at 100% capacity. I ain't doing nothing extra, nothing more, nothing, man. I drive that car around Europe. It's not really that hard, is it? I mean, it actually sucks. Driving a car sucks. I know. You like it?
Yeah.
It looks fake.
Also,
it looks fake. You got that day date?
Yeah,
Wow.
I know day dates.
You got 3
from my
Jubilee
budget,
bands.
from my Hex games.
Yeah. I like that everyone thinks it's fake. It makes my life a lot safer. Depending on where you are, people will jack you for that. Yeah. Well, it's a good thing I wore a fake one then.
There are a lot of dumb people in crypto, you know. Is there something PulseChain can do to avoid that a lot of fraud news or happening?
Nope. You're going to have a ton of scams on Pulse. Just for the same reason you have a ton of scams on any new network. And if the scammers see the new opportunity, you're going to have a ton of scams and nothing you can do about it.
And
you're in
there's
this game for censorship resistance, scammers are going to come. Now look, I do, in Pulse chat, you're not shilling coins on Pulse. You're just talking about Pulse. There will be eventually another chat where you can talk about whatever horrible, stupid thing you built that people probably shouldn't buy. There'll be another chat for that. But I don't want any of that crap in the main chat. I don't like most coins. I think most coins are bad. So, you know.
And there's already one scam.
I have no idea. I'm not sure. Because I don't know if they're primarily traded on Uniswap, so there might not be liquidity on the Uniswap fork. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. I wouldn't mind to see people switch to a more efficient, faster network with the same code, the same JPEG. Same JPEG. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know because there might be some edge game theory around people trying to game the system. So it might be smart to have like a random time. I'm not really sure about that yet. I mean, I would prefer things to be earlier, so I would probably lean towards a smaller warning window. So maybe give you a window and just make it real quick. But once we know things work, we go. You know, like there's some things you can just fix later. Like if we launch without bridges, fine. We launch without a Uniswap fork, fine. The world's largest airdrop and a functioning, fast, free network, that's enough. And we can add that other stuff later. So I'm not willing to hang up the network for add-ons right now. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to head in. And then after this last round, I'm going to do one more round with the first guys. I'm going to bring everyone out for a group photo and then rev the engine like a hoon.
Yeah. Richard, I want to thank you.
My pleasure, man.
I was here in 2013. I was into Bitcoin.
Nice.
But I lost almost 90% to a hardware crash. More than $1 million right
Oh, hey, it feels better than losing in trading.
Yeah,
because you could have lost in trading like most people.
But I had a lot of it's converted from what I had left to
Good stuff, man.
to Hex, and now I'm
You're in a new world now, flying high.
Yeah,
good stuff, man. All right, I'll be back 18 minutes probably.
Yeah.
Mike, go.
Yo, Benno!
Maybe net.
That's a good thing. Ja, ik was
Hier zijn ze nog van ja, we komen niet meer binnen.
Ja, sinds wanneer ben je in Hex?
2 uur voor de payout van de Big
PD. Ja, ik was december 23 december. En toen heb ik de dip gekocht. Ik zit nu op 7 miljoen. Ja, maar dat is sowieso.
I'm happy. Hey, this is a good problem to have, right? It's like having too much.
Jezus man, ik denk ik heb 50 kilo moet optillen.
You are the best, you know.
Okay, so who's got a good question? We've got how many girls are here? I literally was like, I want to reach out to new demographics. Hashtag Dutch girl or something. And there's literally 1 girl here. 2? Is there just 3? There's 3 girls here. Oh,
My girls
4, 5. Okay, this looks like my YouTube demographics page, basically. Like, I have about 5% girl followers. I don't know why this is. I don't know. So we'll just say hi to them. Who wants to go first? This one, not about me? I love that answer. Excellent. I love her answer. Thank you so much. The securities regulators are like, good, yes. No entrepreneurial effort or managerial effort. Good. Who else? You? She doesn't want to answer. Hi. You're one of the select women that is here. Oh, 6. You're 6.
Well, I'm just
3, 4, 5, 6. Just his wife. Holy crap. You done well, sir. You done well. Really made that one work. You're dressed the most colorful here. Is that a Versace outfit you got there? Hers, even more colorful. Look at that. She's got the neon kick. Is that Versace on the bottom there? Philip Klein. The jacket I saw too. With the nice. Yeah, if you guys want to make your own clothes, Philip Klein is some wonderful inspiration.
I love it.
Because he's got that hexagon.
Your style is too perfect, perfect. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yes, I'm sorry, my English is no perfect. Yes.
Oh, yeah?
I am from Poland.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Did you come here all the way from Poland?
No, I live in Germany
Okay.
1 year, yes, and I am in crypto 1 year.
Nice.
Yes. My friend who live in America is programming 30 years in Microsoft.
Right.
1 year, one time contact with me. Yeah. Him, please look crypto.
Right.
No.
And
I learn crypto.
Yeah.
I'm looking for I analyze everything.
Yeah.
And I looking for hex.
Nice.
Yes, but I am single mom.
Okay.
And I call my friend.
Yeah.
Please, hex is for you.
Right. Did he buy? Did he get in?
Me no, but I believe in PulseChain.
Right.
It's no problem.
Yeah.
I wait.
I think PulseChain is a very strong value proposition. Very strong.
But
Well, welcome aboard. I mean, having bought a year ago, it's not.
I'm very excited, and I will be in Dubai next week.
Spread the good word there, because I'm not going to.
It's Expo and blockchain. Yes.
Consider printing a shirt of the price chart, because I know the next show that I go to, I'm going to put on a little duct taped on cardboard box here with an extra price chart, because that's what these guys deserve. They deserve it shoved right down their throat. Or when they want to respect, then we can be friends. These people weren't fair to us for years, and some of them are still not fair to us. It's absurd. We can't win any harder. We won everything you could win: 100% uptime, 10,000x price before staking, 1.5 million x or 1.5 million x with staking percent. You're like, okay, man, the numbers are just absurd. We won. Like, give us our credit now. And all I do is just tweet when they all fail. Yep, failed, failed, hacked, inflation bug. It's crazy. Any other questions? Any other ladies want to go? In the back there? Got anything exciting? I know it sucks to be singled out for your gender. It does actually suck. I believe in meritocracy, but I'm trying to build my demo. I don't know.
I think you have to invite more women like the other one.
Collaboration, man. Yeah. Collaboration. Yeah, I agree with that. But hey, man, I went in my messages and like somebody sent me a link of people I should message.
The last one with this girl about what was the name again?
Oh, Crypto Wendy, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was a good one. Yeah. And she was a hater for a while. But then
I know.
It was nice. I'd be nice. If someone's nice, I'll be nice. I'm capable of it.
Expose the fools.
I don't even curse anymore.
Yes, sir.
No cursing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do it here.
I did it
No
twice.
problem.
I did it once here with the S word, and I did it once outside with another one. So I'm keeping track. I'm trying not to do it just because there are people that are allergic to it. Religious people, particularly older people. Sometimes they want to watch the stream with kids or whatever, and they just can't have that on there. So I cut it out, and I think the world's been better for it. And if you see me out and about, you might get to hear the other one if you want. Any other questions here? I'll go with green back there. Green. Well, you got a green folder thing.
Green. Sorry. Yeah. A question about PulseChain.
Yeah.
Testnet is live for a week now.
What?
The Testnet.
Yes.
Yeah, for PulseChain.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's live.
Yeah.
But sometimes it gets rebooted.
Yeah.
Like basically right now, I think one of the so it's a testnet and it falls over sometimes. So you have to keep adding logging to find out like what the bug is and then just fix that bug. And then eventually, once you fix all the bugs, you get to go to the mainnet, right?
Yeah.
So right now, I know that the block scan fork of their like ether scan replacement, it falls over pretty often. So you could launch without a block explorer. Would kind of suck. It could, right? So you're triaging like. I'm just explaining basic dev to you, right? Like this is anything you'd ever build. Like if you tried to build on your computer an alarm clock to wake up in the morning, you'd face very similar issues. Like every single piece of software you build has these same things going on. So if you want to fight the fight, you can go and build this code yourself. It's public, and go see when it falls over for you. So like it's a challenge, man. It's a challenge.
So what is your estimated timeline for?
Oh, those are good. 2 months. It's been 2 months. Back when Hex was launched, it was 4 weeks for a long time. It was about a year and a half, 4 weeks. About a year and a half. Yeah. I mean, I really, you have a functioning testnet. It is getting healthier and healthier by the day. I wouldn't, if you have to launch with a block explorer, fine. Or like, I don't know, man. Like maybe EtherScan decides to be nice, because they have explorers for other things. I don't know, right? Because I've heard somebody that talked to them and they're like $2 million a year. You're like, no. No thanks, right? Open source, there's an open source one. I don't think your stuff's that good, and you gate kept this for a long time, so no thanks, right? So I'm not going to pay $2 million for those guys, right? Like, so if you Hex can go and do that, go ahead, yeah. So yeah, I think that the Pulse mainnet is probably closer than people think, but then there's issues like, how much is it worth to delay it for the bridges to be live? And how much is it worth to delay it for the Uniswap V2 fork to be live? I think you would delay it for the bridges, but you might not delay it for the fork, or for the Uniswap V2 fork, right? But these are problems I look forward to having, right? Like I know I've got more devs than I've ever had, and they're working very hard, and you can see their progress in relative real time in the PulseChain GitLab, which is public. There's also a private one that we built against, but that public one gets.
There were also some rumors about forking Binance Chain.
It's too hard to inject that system state, and their community is kind of weird anyway. And it's just like, I don't know, man. I mean, yeah, in theory, we could inject all of the world's UTXO sets and try and massage it in there, but it would be very hard because blockchain is a hash of hashes, and the transactions that made up the history, if you tried to edit any single thing, it would make everything invalid. Like that's why you can trust the blockchain, is because you can see that these transactions generate these hashes, and this system state has this hash, and it is obviously a child of this. And so you can only trust blockchains because of that chain of trust from the very first block until today, this block. And you can run all the code yourself from scratch, and then you go, yeah, the system state is accurate. This isn't a fake chain. This is a real chain. It's built up all this chain weight of energy in our system state that has gone to protect the integrity of that network. If you try and start to inject other consensus systems historical state into that, it'd be very hard. It's just too clunky now. It's too clunky. So no, there's not going to be BSC. They're not going to get any airdrop free. Ethereum ERC20 guys will, BSC guys will. Any other questions before we do the group photo? Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question about block time.
Sure.
In the
3 seconds.
In the Bitcoin community, it was quite a long discussion to speed the block time for the more transactions.
They never speeded it up.
Yeah,
It's
they
always
never
been the
speeded
same.
up because they said it would be less secure. But Ethereum is way faster.
Sure.
And PulseChain
The blockchain guys are dumb.
3 seconds.
The Bitcoin guys are stupid. They should change their proof of work to proof of stake to save the environment and the price. But they're dumb, so they won't.
So they enrich weird mining hardware companies and people that don't speak to you on Twitter and people that don't have the same just there's nothing good that comes in destroying the environment by dumping the price. It's terrible negative externality. And the world would be much better off for Bitcoin and everyone else to just rotate out of proof of work into proof of stake. We know proof of stake works. There's less problems on proof of stake networks than proof of work networks. Period. And Bitcoin by itself is spaghetti code that has problems rather often. It's not good code.
So proof of stake is just a more secure system that allows it to be faster as well.
Well, no, it doesn't actually allow you to be faster. It is more secure because your risk is higher. So if you were to try and gather up stake and buy a bunch of stake and push the price up to what, then use it to break the network, well, that just devalues all the money you just spent. Yeah. That same mechanism of, you can go on Wikipedia and look this up, it's socio-sexual signaling theory. And what that means is that animals can trust other animals' signals when those signals have a cost. So large antlers is a cost, colorful feathers is a cost, being able to do a fancy dance and maintain a clean area in front of you is a cost. And so the animals that can endure those costs obviously likely have the core values met so that they could waste extra. So like I have a Ferrari out front. Why? For the extra risk of driving. I can't wait to stop driving. It's extra risk. I'm not actually excited. I drove an F1 car. This is not as fast. Right? So it's for social signaling. I have one, and it only has value because other people don't have it. And if everyone did have it, I'd sell it even quicker and get the thing that other people didn't have. Because it's not a question of automotive performance. It's a question of, look, I can acquire more resources for you. And so if you're the type of person that values power, well then, look, I displayed I have more power. It's more trustworthy because you can fake a Rolex. Try faking a Ferrari. It's a lot harder. Yeah. And by the way, Ferrari's a lot cheaper. So, you know, at least the Rolex is that way. I got some new watches. I can't really show them to you, but they're not really. Last question. Go.
You said you're going to make a new MetaMask.
I want to, but there's no one working on it right now.
But, what do you want to improve? What is wrong?
Everything in MetaMask sucks. Everything sucks. Okay, you want to export your transaction history? Screw yourself. There's no export. You want to import it to another computer? Screw yourself. There's no import. You want to look at the actual name of an address? You can't display the whole name. You have to click edit and copy paste it out to read the whole name. It's disgusting. You want to see what coins you have? Good luck, bro. They don't show you your coins. You want to sort by balance? Can't sort by balance. You want to say, hey, what addresses have I sent to? You can't do anything. This is literally, you can't do anything with it. Now, we need it. We need it, okay? It's very useful to us right now, but it is not good. You know what I'm saying? It's like shoes that don't fit. Yeah, you need them, but if they don't fit, it's a pain. Right? So, yeah, like what is right about MetaMask? It's nice that it supports multiple networks. That's right. You like their swap feature that charges you 0.8% extra fee to send your order to 1inch.io? No, you could just save a percent and give the order to 1inch.io yourself. Is that good? You know how much money they make on that? Go look up their address that they use for their swap feature and see how much money they take home on their swaps. Oh, it's a lot. It's a lot of money. A lot of money. And then they played that little trick. We're like, we're open source, but we're going to change this. And now we're not open source if you go over 10,000 users. Okay, fine. So I'll just do it from scratch. So I won't get into this very specific dev stuff, but actually most of what that does isn't that hard, really. So some of the other things are harder, like making sure people write down their keys, and making sure that there's not another extension that could read that data, things like that, like sandboxing. That stuff's harder. But the whole make an address, make a private key that allows to spend from the address, make a new address, that stuff, it's already pre-wrapped in open source things like EPGS and jQuery, something. No, not jQuery. Ethers.js and Web3.js, I believe, the two popular JavaScript packages that people use for creating Ethereum addresses in web apps and sending coins and things.
I think that has to be the main priority right now.
What, MetaMask?
JP Morgan, I hear a tweet around that they have like a 1 to 3%. What do you call it again?
Shit stake? That's not much of a stake. That's not enough to change anything. 1 to 3% means that you can just sit there and watch. You don't have any control. Unless you have 51%, you have no control whatsoever. If you buy 3% of a Burger King, you can't change their hours. You can't add items to the menu. You can't pull cash out of the till. You can't do anything except sell the greater fool. Which is why I think it's hilarious. All of the yield in the world is based on people basically the greater fool buying. Now, is it really greater fool? No, that's just what the theory is called. These are the smartest people around. If you just held cash and didn't buy the greater fool things, you'd be broke. Because those are the things that hold their value. Right? House is going up, Rolex is going up, stocks going up, crypto going up. Well, dollar going up? No, dollar always going down. So don't worry about a 1 to 3% ownership. And there's enough profit in it that someone else should fix it anyway, but I'll just hire some guys to do it probably. But I hate giving you guys expectations. I like to talk about stuff that's done. So mind you, I have absolutely no one working on that right now. And my estimates are all wrong every time I give them for time. So if you're going to have any expectations, boy, they better be real small.
Talking about all the coins all the forks that's going to be happening on the PulseChain side, right? I think you talked about 1inch exchange, right?
Yeah.
Uniswap also, PancakeSwap.
Yes.
Are they going to have individual coins?
Well, there's going to be 1inch PRC20, but we don't know that the 1inch guys will build the front end to access the PulseChain network. They very well might, since they support BSC and other networks. Like, I think there's a 1inch for AVAX as well. I'm basically like cashed out my voice. It's a good thing we're doing the group photo now. All right, everybody, let's go do the group photo. Wonderful questions, all of you. Yeah, if you want to go ahead. Let's do them all outside. Let's do them all outside. This is gonna be a million. You're gonna get one. I'm not gonna leave until everyone gets yourself.
Ja. Ja, is goed man. Breng de tas, hij brengt de camera, handle. We gaan allemaal foto maken. Hey, trouwens hè. Hey. Heb je Wales Olie? Hij is mijn mattie hè, Wales Olie.
Ja, maar...
Ja, ik weet. Hij was een beetje aan het... hoe noem je dat weer?
Chille gast.
Ja. Nou, Wales Olie...
Nee man, ik ben cloud chaser.
Hij is cloud chaser alleen maar.
Ik ben alleen maar aan cloud chaser.
Nee man, maar dat is belangrijk hoor.
Ja man, die streams met hem zijn echt goud.
Ja man. Ik spreek al... Ja, ik ben van die Spanish community.
Ah ja?
Dus hij komt altijd naar de Spaanse community. En dan zijn we die lives aan het doen met hem. En dan gaat hij weer naar Crypto Cabana. En dan gaat hij weer naar een andere stream. En dan gaat hij naar jou toe. En dan... Ja man, echt man.
Ja, sowieso.
Het is tijd, weet je. Nu zie je dat veel gasten relatief meer verstand hebben van die shit, onder andere jij natuurlijk.
Ja man.
En met die informatie ga je natuurlijk een beetje van iedereen weten.
But I remember the mighty dude, so... What? I remember the mighty dude. Nah, the mighty dude. I noticed him from miles away, man. It's a pretty...
Huh?
435. Jawel man. 561.
Zoveel mensen.
Ja. En ik heb wel getweet, maar je weet toch, mijn community is meer Spaans community toch? Ja, toch, is toch veel man. Nee man, wacht, hij gaat zo. Die auto gaat niet weg vandaar.
Yo, by the way, which
No, that's hot.
which way you filming?
Look at it. Wait, we're live. What?
Which way?
We're gonna block the way. We have to block the way.
X.com. Ja, we moeten pas beginnen met
X.com.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. It's kind of like an opposite.
Richard,
this is
a road.
What's up?
This is a road.
Oh, so we should...
We can buy the road.
Put on the sidewalk, everybody.
Buy the road.
We can buy it now.
You are in Amsterdam, don't worry about it. You are in Amsterdam, don't worry about it.
I'm going to be the only one in the road, so all you guys have to fit on the sidewalk. Short people, please.
Yeah, man, yeah.
You don't have to worry about it.
Go on the other side. Go on this side. This side's wider.
Everybody on the sidewalk.
And we can jump in the water.
I was expecting like 5 or 6 people.
Way, Richard.
There
we go, man. Okay.
So everybody get on the sidewalk, and then I'm gonna inject myself in the front. You guys have to be on the sidewalk.
I'm rich, bitch. Wait, guys, wait.
The other lens is wide, man. Let me see this. It's not wide.
The other one is better.
Wait, go.
Let's go.
I think we have to go to the dam.
Look at Richard being.
Richard, you never thought that this was gonna be like this, right?
Welcome to the Netherlands, man.
En ik dacht de community van Nederland was niet zoveel, man. Ik zei de groep 100, 200 of zo, 300.
Alright, everybody. You're so backlit. This is gonna be like the world's darkest photo.
But it's about the amount of people, and let's go.
Put up the ICO. Put up the ICO.
I know, man. I got it. It's as good as here. Try it. We're gonna try this, everybody. I love it when they put the hack on there. Yes. Thanks so much. I look so much cooler. Hello, everybody. Well safe. Next. So, 3, 2. We wait for the bikes. 3, 2, 1. Wait, I see Armando playing with a camera. We can't do that until he's done. Put on auto, man. Just put on auto. Green. Just put on auto, man. Ask my fish. You ready? No? We gotta wait till I see his eyes. The whites of his eyes.
Hex.com. Put that sticker on that
Don't
bomb.
troll us, Armando. No trolling.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Put it on green, bro. Put on auto.
Yo.
Auto. Makes
Sure,
sense
Tom.
to me, dude. Just press the trigger, man. It always happens to everybody.
500.
If you try it, it don't work. If someone else tries it, it works.
Well, let's see about that.
Just press the trigger, bro. I believe. And hold it tight. Hold it still. Okay. But you know what? After you do it, bring it back one more time. 3, 2, 1, hex. Hex.
Fuck it is.
Go.
Hex!
All right. Now let me see it one more time.
Oh.
So it's on super fast shutter speed. So it might it might not expose as long as it can. So I'm just gonna turn it to like slower mode. So now you're in single shot mode, okay?
All right.
Here's single shot. There. It's good camera.
Single shot. Make sure.
This is not the best light, I have to tell you. All right, 3, 2. Let's get Brent here. 3, 2, 1. Hex.
Hex!
I hope it worked. I'm gonna check it. Don't listen. We're not done until I check it. After I check it, then we're done.
It's all right. It's all right.
We're good.
It's a wrap.
It's okay. All right, individual selfies. Let's do it. Who? Okay.
I'm done.
Yes.
Live streaming is done.
Yes. What time? You didn't give me a time. Okay. I'm busy until probably 1. After 1, 3.
Yeah, one.
He's got the Salvador Dali.